Morning, church. We are in day 2 of the devotional here. Today's name of God is El Roy, which means the God who sees me or the God who sees. And I'm going to jump right into the biblical text here. We are in Genesis chapter 16. We're going to read most of the chapter, so bear with me here. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian maidservant named Hagar, so she said to Abram, "The Lord has kept me from having children. Go, sleep with my maidservant. Perhaps I can build my family through her." Abram agreed to what Sarah said. So after Abram had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarai, his wife, took her Egyptian maidservant Hagar and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar and she conceived. When she knew that she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Then Sarai said to Abram, "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my servant in your arms, and now that she knows that she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me." "Your servant is in your hands," Abram said. "Do with her whatever you think is best." Then Sarai mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Shur. And he said, "Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going?" "I'm running from my mistress," Sarai said. My mistress Sarai, she said. Then the angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her." The angel added, "I will so increase your descendants, they will be too numerous to count." The angel of the Lord also said to her, "You are now with child, and you will have a son, and you shall name him Ishmael. For the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him, and he will live in hostility toward all his brothers." It's a rough prophecy there. Here's the key. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her, "You are the God who sees me." For she said, "I have now seen the one who sees me." I love this text a lot. This is the only time in all of Scripture that we see this name El Roy given to God as the one who sees me, the God who sees me. Remember, El means God, Roy meaning seeing. And this hits home for me. I was hoping my wife could join me, but it's really hard for us while we're quarantined at home to both of us get in front of the camera without kids. But this is meaningful to me because Andrea, my wife, uses this phrasing regularly where she'll compliment someone and she'll say, "You know, I really appreciate the way this person interacts with me. They make you feel so seen. They make you feel so understood." And that's a really high praise coming from Andrea. And I think, oh man, that is just a small piece of God's character. It's beautiful because it reflects who God is. That God doesn't simply listen to our prayers because he has to. He doesn't simply make himself available to us so he can check a box. Nor do his words fall empty. He is the God who desires not only to hear our words and see our faces, but to see all of us, to see us in the midst of our struggles. Even in this passage, you can see the name is given to God in the midst of struggle, of mistreatment, of a really dysfunctional family dynamic happening. And it was even given to God by a Gentile outsider, not even by a Jew. And so how beautiful is that? I think about this in my own life. There was a time in college when I almost dropped out, and my RD, we nicknamed him Papa, or his nickname was Papa Bear, 6'8", maybe 300 pounds of a huge dude. He would just come sometimes when I was sitting at my desk and he would lunge into my bed just to, break the awkwardness of saying hi. So he was an incredible man. And I almost dropped out of school, and it was through a conversation with him where he saw me and he understood that I was really actually lonely. This was my freshman year, and he encouraged me to stick it out. And I felt so loved in that moment. And even in these moments of of crisis, in the moments where there's no normal, we can still have a God who sees us and walks with us. I'm at my 5-point limit, 5-minute limit. The song I have for us is Another in the Fire. Link is below. Love you guys. Have a good day.